Hello, everybody. My name is Nathan, and I am the man with a cartoon obsession. And I'm going off script for this video. Why, you may ask? Well, because this is a topic that I have talked about in real life amongst friends and whatnot often enough that I feel like I can think of enough stuff off the top of my head to put into a video. And there might be pauses and stuff, but whatever. I don't really care about that. And if you guys do, I apologize. But I felt as though that this would be an interesting thing to try going off script for. And while going off script could be a bit different, I like different. I like taking chances, I like trying different things, and that's what I'm doing here. So, what I'm going to be talking about is what I'm entitling this as State of Cartoons Address 2016. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to talk about how I feel as though cartoons are nowadays, mostly opposed to how they were back in my youth. I don't want to call this a then and now video because, well, when's then? So, that's what I'm doing. Now, this was brought up to me by my friend Tad. He has a YouTube channel called Golden Heart Poetry that he never updates, but feel free to check that out. I might put a link in the description. We'll see. Anyway, the reason for this video, besides the fact that he did request it, and I don't know if this is exactly what he was intending on me talking about, but it is what it is because cartoons definitely have changed, and change is inevitable. Change is always going to happen. Cartoons change from when I was a kid compared to when my parents were kids, or when my grandparents were kids. That was when the really old stuff was out. Yeah, around the time animation first started, pretty much. But, of course, I don't know as much about that as I do about cartoons from my era. That being early 2000s. Kinda late 90s, but I was very young back then. But mostly the early 2000s. Stuff I watched: Ed, Edd and Eddy, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, SpongeBob SquarePants, The Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, yada yada yada. All that stuff. And back then, cartoons weren't as story driven as they are now, with the exception of superhero cartoons, but I'm excluding them for the most part because there are a couple that are mostly comedy based and whatnot, like Teen Titans Go. And that's not really story based. It does have some continuity amongst itself, kind of amongst the original Teen Titans, but I'll get to that eventually whenever I decide to review episodes of that show again. That is a very daunting task, by the way. I didn't think that all the way through, but I really want to do it. Really want to review all the episodes of that show. But anyway, I like comedy. It's my favorite genre. But I also like stories. That's why I enjoy anime and stuff like that. And today's cartoons are a lot more story driven. You have shows such as Adventure Time, Steven Universe, Gravity Falls, Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I guess I'll put The Legend of Korra in there. And I'm sure there are others that I'm missing. But And by the way, I haven't watched all those, just so you know. But there are still cartoons to this day that are mostly comedy based. Some of them are not good. Some of them are Teen Titans Go bad. But there are a couple that are in the middle of the road. Uncle Grandpa or Clarence. And some of them that are really good. Regular Show, which I guess you could say has a bit of a story arc as well, but it's not really as story driven as, say, Adventure Time or Steven Universe. It's more comedy based than those shows. And other shows like The Amazing World of Gumball, or Harvey Beaks, or The Loud House, mostly comedy based, or just not necessarily involving an overarching plot. And those are the kinds of cartoons that I grew up with for the most part, with a couple of exceptions, such as Code Lyoko or Teen Titans, even though Teen Titans is a superhero show. But stuff like that, I enjoyed it. And I do enjoy stories. That's why I like anime. That's why I like shows like Teen Titans, Adventure Time, etc. Because of the stories. But I feel like cartoons today are lacking in good, pure comedy cartoons. I say this because compared to the amount that we had back in the day, we don't have as many. Yeah, Regular Show is good. Gumball is good. Harvey Beaks is good. Loud House is good. And I'm sure, again, there are others that I haven't seen or something like that. But in today's age, I guess people are more concerned with stories than they are with just comedy. And I guess I can understand that, but I feel as though that we need more comedy. That's just my opinion, because comedy is my favorite genre, and with all the stuff that happens in the world on a daily basis, I feel as though we need more comedic stuff to lighten the mood. And that's just my opinion. There are little kid shows that have that, I guess, but I don't pay attention to that much little kid stuff. Except for the older stuff that I grew up with and all that, because nostalgia. But that's just my opinion. And, say what you will, but that's just my thoughts on it. And if you have a different opinion, please, by all means, feel free to tell me. I love seeing other people's opinions. I am a reviewer and whatnot. That is my thing. I enjoy opinions, mine and other people's alike. So that's my take on it. And if you have anything you would like me to talk about in the future, discussion videos like this, reviews of any kind, let me know. And again, my opinion. Feel free to leave your own. And of course, with all that being said, make sure you check my stuff out down there in the description box. And if you want to be featured in an outro on this channel, Behind the Voice Actors is where you go. I'll put a link in the description, and you can audition any impression, any cartoon character, anime character, webtoon, animated movie. I really don't care. If it's good enough to my standards, I'll put it in an outro. And again, guys, thank you for watching. I apologize if this video was a bit awkward or whatever, but I wanted to try something different. I wanted to go off script. So, with that being said, I will see you guys next time.
I'm Hank Hill, and thank you for watching Cartoon Obsession.